Just heading out to pick up some trail cameras, and let's start looking around. I got some of my binos with me, and we'll start taking a look around in the trees, see what's kind of forming up there for acorns. This is a big kind of river bottom acorn flat area that the deer really like to feed in. I have a camera over here right now. It gets good summer usage as well, being down close to the swamp. Good place to keep cool, I guess. And yeah, so we'll head across. And also secondary mission today, chanterelles, because they are really starting to pop up with this really warm weather and all that rain we just got. So we'll see what we find when we head across. Hear the trucks racing up and down the road behind me. This is literally right off to the side of the road, probably about 10 yards in. Once I cross this 30, 40, I don't know, yeah, 30 yards maybe, 40 yards tops, body of water. I'm gonna get to a spot that would take more like a half an hour to get to if I couldn't just cut across this little pond right here. On the other side of this, it's pretty much inaccessible. Deep swamp. Maybe sometimes of the year you get through there with waders on. I can be across this 2-3 minutes. I'll be quiet. The other way coming in, I have to make a big old racket. And it being so close to the road, on an entry, I could probably let the cars behind me cover my noise. But I really believe that the deer feel like this is some sort of impenetrable barrier. I'm also wondering what kind of fish are in here. So this is the oak flat right across the way. Like I said, even some summer usage going on in here. But I would say within 100-yard diameter, a bunch of big feeder oaks. Well, here's one of my cameras. We'll see what we got on that. Here for about 2 weeks. Just jump 2 in here. One's up there moving through the grass, crossing the dam. She's crossing real slow. Here she is. Wow, talk about a place for a drive. She's behind that tree now. She's gonna meet up with her pal. So, got this camera right here covering a beaver dam. All the ways into it. One mistake that I think a lot of people make when putting cameras out on public land is using the factory straps that come with the cameras. When I'm traveling through the woods, especially on public land, and I find somebody else's cameras, the first thing that I'm going to see is the strap that goes around the tree. I generally don't pick up the camera first. I generally pick up the strap. So there's a couple of different ways you can get around that. A lot of people like to use like a high tensile fishing line or something like that, which works actually great, and it's almost invisible on the tree. What I like to use, however, is almost as invisible, maybe not quite. It's reusable, it's really easy to use, and that is electric fence wire. Well, I've been finding a few chanterelles today, pretty much all in the same type of area. I really haven't been to too many diverse habitats, but if you look around me, you will see some mature pine, the swamp over there, lots of ferns, some grass down that way, and what they're doing is they are growing tucked into the ferns and the grasses. So you can start seeing they're just kind of popping up everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead, see if I can grab a few pounds of these. Alright, so here I am. Down across that way is there's another swamp, and then that's kind of like a little peninsula almost that juts out into the swamp right there, those tall trees. There's also a bunch of oaks in there. I would consider feeder oaks. Not that there isn't any feeder oaks here, but up here I've also come across an apple tree on the power lines. Looks like a decent crab apple tree. And they'll definitely hit it. Well, that's an apple tree right there, but those are some tiny apples. They're probably going to be less than a ½ inch in diameter. So these other ones are going to be about an inch. The deer will like them just fine. They'll probably take quite a while to drop, so the deer will probably be hitting these for quite a while. Yeah, so not only is there a few apple trees in here, 1, 2, 3. One is looking really good. The other two, nothing too great. But we're right here in the middle of the power lines, and there's berries, raspberries, blackberries, ton of black raspberries right now. But so they're gonna be hitting this throughout the year, even into the lean months as well. So I think that this right here could be just like a good kind of multi-season spot. All right, just above that good apple tree, and as you can see, your deer are definitely using this entrance here quite a bit. Some fresh kicks, so I know they're using it right now, and it looks like kind of like the advantageous way to get in here. Once they get in here, yeah, there's another good trail right there. I'm gonna mark this on the GPS. And kind of an interesting little stone wall right here. Bunch of crumbled rocks everywhere else. And it just kind of curves. Nice little opening right there. It just kind of curves down. Way that way, and doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of crossing, so right over there, right on the power lines, it peters out. That nice little side hill trail, come down from the high rocks back down to where that stone wall was. So this is going to be an area of interest. A little high point right there, but then it dips down before it goes straight back up. A lot of sign in there, tons of feeder oaks. But then over behind me, it goes down about 20 feet, pretty steep, and then there's probably a 60-foot cliff right after that. However, right on top of that cliff, it appears there seems to be some tracks down there on kind of like a little trail that runs to the very top, so that could really be an escape. Definitely some punch prints coming out down through here. I really like an area like this because it connects one feeding flat to another. Pretty steep on both sides. So it's a really quick way for a deer to get from one section to the next without a whole lot of hoopla. Alright, so here's an ingress egress trail from a swamp. I just jumped another deer over that way. I'm not going to be too quiet. He or she knows who I am. They know what's going on. Hopefully they just think I'm here just today. But it runs right down alongside of where some of those better trails were. Really close to like what I would consider that ledgy area bedding up there. Coming down that real steep area. And then it kind of connects with the swamp here. Probably connects in other places as well. But this brings me back down to the river bottom area that I originally started in. So they're going to be coming out of one of those swamps. Either this one, the one behind me, or up the hill. And they're all going to feed right into this area. So I think they'll probably be able to put a killing tree right maybe here, maybe even that ash tree. I don't know, maybe some a little more cover. I don't know yet. Who knows? Building a ghillie suit this year, so I might try that too. See if I can get out of here between cars. Well, thanks for coming along with me. Found out some pretty decent stuff. I've been in here a few times before. This last time before this, I came across the water, found some really good sign. Put a camera out there, so we'll see what's on the camera. I found four ingress egress points to the river bottom area. I also found a bunch of feeder oaks. Found what I believe is going to be a bedding area as well. So I think this is going to definitely be a contender for maybe not first sit during bow season this year, but right up there with one of the first ones. Also, I should mention it's actually a really good spot for a blind. So if I have anybody that I really might want to take out this year who is not exactly into going in real deep, I can bring them right down here, toss them in the boat, take them across, set them in a blind. I can go somewhere else. We can do our hunts alone. I can come back, pick the person up, come back across. I think one of us will have success that way. So, all right, again, thanks for watching.